All right. Hello and welcome back to Who's Even Listening, one of our segments, Top 3 in 3. All right. So we're going to go ahead. This will be episode number 5, right? Yep. Episode number 5 for Top 3 in 3. We got a little different start here. We're going to actually dive into a sport we haven't dug into yet, and we're actually going to possibly, we don't give a spoiler, maybe make a prediction on something we haven't made a prediction on as well. So got a lot in store. We got obviously 3 stories we're going to cover, and 3 topics more per se. And we'll have our sleeper story as usual, under the radar gem, and our stat of the week. So we're going to go ahead and start with that. We're going to go ahead and dive into our first story, Sock. Appreciate you as always. My guy, obviously, as always, Sock's here joining us. So as always, we're going to dive right into it. I'll read the synopsis of our first one, and then we will start our timer. Topic number 1. Saki, you want to bring this on? UFC betting probe. This is kind of a synopsis here we got. What happened? UFC flagged unusual pre-fight bets and on underdog, hopefully I don't mess this up, Yadir Del Valle, to win round 1 versus heavy favorite Isaac Dalgarian at UFC Vegas 110. The Valley won by round 1 near naked choke. UFC's integrity partner, IC360, alerted them before the bout. UFC then met with the FBI. Dalgarian has since been released. Nevada may withhold his purse. There's no confirmed fixing so far. Why it's a scandal? The prop bet spike method round matched the exact finish classic red flag regulators watch for. Note for on-air contrast. Briefly compare with the NBA. So obviously, this was a note for ourselves. We wanted to bring this in with the Terry Rozier, obviously ordeal that's going on now, because obviously we wanted to talk about first that his bets were obviously placed on himself, and he was more involved in it himself. Mm-hmm. And obviously, this is a little opposite, where they would be almost coming to the fighter per se, and basically telling him what to do instead of Rozier reacting off of what he told someone else to do. So we wanted to bring that in as well. But obviously, let's dive into the UFC part of it first, because you wanted to bring this on. So
go ahead and start the timer.
Yes. Thank you, brother. You're good now. Yes, starting now.
All right. Well, I mean, there's definitely, because there's a lot more to it than just this specific fight, from what I've heard. Okay. So there's over 100 fights that have happened this year that are being investigated.
Over 100?
Yes.
And how many would you say there would be that's qualified as a UFC fight?
There's been over 300.
In total? There's been over 300, okay, and all together. Yeah, okay, so about a third of them.
Yep, so about a third of the fights so far this year
that's
are
being investigated. That's what I was trying to
figure out, okay. And it has to do specifically with a certain referee as well. Jason Herzog is being investigated, his fights, which, I mean, I've seen some very peculiar shit, I will say, from his fights.
Fair enough.
And if I'm being honest, there should be, I didn't see his name listed anywhere, but there should be one judge that should be being looked into as well.
Okay, interesting.
All the real UFC fans know who I'm talking about. Shout out Sal.
Fair enough. Okay. All right. I'm not as big UFC as you are, but fair enough. Fair enough.
He's not a very good judge. He's very, you can tell he doesn't really know what he's doing sometimes, or he has other intentions.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. I mean, I believe that. I mean,
it's just a crazy situation.
Yeah. No doubt.
And like you were saying, the difference between like the Terry Rozier situation is that, from what I understand, is the bet was already placed, and then whoever had placed the bet contacted the fighter themselves.
Okay.
To try to throw the fight, I would guess.
Yes.
But the interesting thing that I think you have to think about too is that the other fighter would have to be involved if it was a specific type of finish as well.
I agree. That's what gets even weirder. Yeah,
and that's where it's weird, because that fight specifically, I'll have to show you it afterwards. I should have showed you before, just because. But we'll pull it up and I'll show you. But the finish, like, it was not a very good rear naked choke. I'll say that.
Okay.
Like, there've been a lot of people that have gotten out of very worse positions.
Okay.
And he tapped to it pretty quickly.
Fair enough. No, fair. So, the one thing I asked you when we were talking about all of it initially, I said to you, who is in on it? And like, remember I asked you that. I said, is the winner or the loser? No, what do you think? And you said, technically, the loser would be, in a sense, the one in on it more likely than not. In most cases, I would assume. I did want to bring that up, too, because like you said, it is weird because you got two different variables there. Like you said, in a situation where, you know, you want it to go, say, 5 rounds without an issue or something, you might have to have both sides kind of on the same page. Like you said, there's certain times you wouldn't, though, too. So like you said, that's where it does get really tricky. Yeah,
but I will say that, speaking on that at least, like the 5 rounds, most 5-round fights aren't going to have that big of a payout.
True.
On, just because, you know, it's bigger names, you know. But
maybe if, okay, that's a timer. But if you had... the last thing we're saying, if you had, like, for example, 2 people that were like KO guys' expertise, and like maybe the odds would be higher for a 5-round too. So I feel like it could be dependent on, you know what I mean? I don't know. I could
at
be
least
wrong.
For a decision, because it might not necessarily be a 5-round fight, but for a decision, I mean, you could see that,
Okay.
But then, both fighters would have to be involved, and I mean, honestly, there's I'm trying to think of the fight that.
Well, we rambled on past the 3 minutes. We got to move on. We gave USC some extra time because we don't talk about it much, but it's in there again. We're bringing that back up.
We might come back to that.
We'll come back to that in a little bit. But all right, topic number 2. All right, so that's our UFC. First of all, number 2 here, Marshawn Kneeland, Dallas Cowboys remembrance. So obviously this is a kind of a sad one for us, but we got to bring this one up. Cowboys defensive end Marshawn Kneeland, 24, died this week in Frisco, Texas. Police described it as an apparent suicide following a pursuit and a crash. The team and league issued condolences. He was a 2024 second-round pick out of Western Michigan, who had recently scored his first NFL touchdown. Kept the tone sorry, that's myself. But yes, obviously our condolences to him and his family. Obviously that's just sad for anybody in that situation. That's our hearts out to anybody in that situation. That's just sad in general.
Condolences out to everybody involved.
Yes. So obviously we'll start the timer on that. I just wanted to say that before we even say anything. But all right, let's go ahead and start the timer here. So obviously a little sad one.
Definitely sad. If I have to be honest, it reminds me a lot of the LSU receiver Kyron Lacy.
Yes.
And his whole situation, which I'm not sure if we've talked about that at all.
No, we have not. We do need to get into that.
Yeah, because his situation is
still ongoing,
just as sad because it's been proven that he was innocent of what he was alleged to do, which was running over.
As far as we can tell, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, the videos that I saw.
I agree. No, I agree. From what I've seen, I agree. Like I said, I'm not fully. I agree.
It's just very sad because you see these players that are like, they're up and coming, you know, and they just take their lives over one mistake.
Yeah,
and it's just kind of like
it's sad.
It's really sad.
It's extremely sad, brother. But yeah, no, you never. Obviously, no one wants to ever see that, or you don't care what team you like or who you like. It doesn't matter in that situation. You know, it's something. You know, we all can wish the best for the family, and hope that they can have some peace in their mind, hopefully, at some point, because that's terrible. And obviously the timing of all of that is. Touchdown's irrelevant to me. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, it just sucks in general.
It does.
It's awesome he had his first touchdown there, but that's
it's irrelevent at this point.
At this point, it does suck. Bad timing, but just regardless, just sad he lost his life like that. And sad he doesn't get to play football again and see his family again. So that's always the sad part of it. So hopefully we can do a lot better job as a society and not letting people get to that point. And let's try to do a little better job of building people up and not tearing people down. That's really half of it too, in my opinion. And it's just sad to see anybody take their own life when especially when they're that young. I mean, that's awful, man. It doesn't matter how old you are, but that's just a tragedy, regardless, man. So so hopefully the Cowboys. Honestly, I'm gonna say this honingly, but truth is, honestly, hopefully the Cowboys ball out.
Yeah,
I didn't.
And hopefully they do that for him. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, so hopefully they can do something good for that. So. That's very sad, very sad. Like I said, condolences out to him. Rest in peace, my man. Yeah. And wish the best for the family.
Yeah. And I will say, I know this isn't redacted reality, but I feel like there could be, because it's just such a weird circumstance. I feel like there could be a chance that there was some foul play involved by another party. And do you understand what I'm saying? By another party, and maybe. it's just not released yet. I mean, you never know. I mean, that might not be the case.
We always talk about that. We only get what we see.
It's just such a weird situation, It's hard for me to think that would have caused him to take his life.
I agree. Like you said, we only get fed what we're fed. That's the thing too. We got to remember, like we're only, just like we talked about with files and stuff. We're only given what we're given, so we can only do with what we're given. So, like you said, it's hard to tell what happened and what didn't. Yeah. Sadly, but regardless, that was a sad one we had to bring up. But obviously, rest in peace. Let's try to do a lot better job of not letting people get to that point. All right, so we all can do a little better at that. So let's move it on to round 3 here. This is a little more. Topic 3 is a little more uplifting. Yeah. So let's go into this. College football, Indiana, my home base. Indiana Thriller. Well, my home base is Delaware, but Indiana's my second home. This week's upsets. Indiana 27-24 at Penn State. Number 2 Indiana State perfect on a toe tap TD by Omar Cooper Jr. What a play! I think we're boasting that was great catch. Phenomenal. Repositioned himself and everything. Insane. Yeah. Yes, with 36 seconds left after Fernando Mendoza drove 80 yards, wild finish, crazy, absolutely crazy. That was awesome. Obviously, some other notable upsets this week were Cal beat number 14 Louisville 29-26 in overtime. True freshman hit. True freshman. We're gonna get into him. I don't even want to say his name yet, but it's a true freshman because he's coming up later. True freshman hit Jacob DeJesus on a 4th and goal in overtime. DeJesus, 16 receptions, 158 yards. Shout out DeJesus. Right. He is Jesus. Wow, what a name. I hope he goes somewhere. That's phenomenal. That is great. Anyway, Wake Forest, 16-9. They beat Virginia, which was also ranked. The Deacons won without. Okay, sorry. We don't want to butcher that. They won. It was an upset. That's another thing we don't want to leave because it's another stat of the week coming up. Okay, we don't want to butcher that. Oregon, 18-16, beat number 20 Iowa. All right. Sadly, Oregon's been a little cloud. They were ranked high. They've been not as. They're still great. I mean, they're still good, but they just had a little thing. Last second field goal and a defensive grinder. All right. So that is our recap with that. We're going to go ahead and start the timer, Big Sock, for our recap on college football. We're starting now.
All right. Well, I mean, shout out to Indiana. That was fucking incredible catch.
Absolutely.
Incredible catch.
Absolutely.
The fact that he was able, I'm pretty sure it was his farther foot to it. He was able to get one foot in. That's all. Yeah,
Jacob was giving me the play-by-play. I was at work when he showed it. I was like, "Holy crap!" Dude.
Yeah, it was insane.
It was nuts.
Yeah, it was an incredible play.
Great game. I wish I watched that one, the full things. I was at work sadly, but for UPS. But I would have loved to watch that one. That one apparently was very good. Very good.
I didn't see the game either, but just that catch alone was incredible.
Absolutely.
And Indiana beating Penn State, knocking them down.
Yeah, Penn State, they've sadly, obviously, with the firing their coach, and they're trying to figure it out. Man, they started number 2 to rank to start the year, man, and had some high hopes, and they were looking good. Had great talent on that team, man. It's kind of sad for them that they fell apart like that. But yeah, hey, they play good in that game, man. I mean, they can play with anybody. It's just figuring it out, man. They just got to get the chess pieces in the right place. But they always got some good talent over there. They just got to get it figured out. Because they almost beat us last year and made it to the chip, too. I mean, they were damn close last year.
They were good.
They were damn close.
They were great last year.
That tight end left, and he's a beast. Tyler Warren, shout out him on the Colts. He's been cooking.
Yeah,
that guy's a menace.
He's been incredible.
Absolute menace. Yeah. He's up and coming huge.
Yeah, I remember you shouted him out before the draft.
Dude, he reminded me of Eifert because remember I told you how when Tyler Eifert, if you're a Notre Dame fan, when we were in 2012 in the championship versus Bama, there was only one player that could do anything. It was Tyler Eifert. He was the only person even on a level of the other team, and it showed. And that's Warren, dude. I mean, there was people in Penn State that were on that level. Like Abdul Carter was on that team. They had a few really good guys, but he looked like he was on another planet on that football field. Like no one, he was just on another level. Yeah, and you could see it on film. It just was shining through. I mean, so I knew he was going to be ridiculous. I think most people did. I mean, he was a tank, an absolute tank. And a shout out Cal beating Louisville. Obviously, Wake Forest, we're getting into that. Oregon and Iowa. There's some good matchups. So Notre Dame, I'll bring that up.
Yeah, what was your guys' score? Do you remember?
I believe it was 45-10. We beat Navy. Man, they had one loss on the year.
Yeah.
But it might have been 4. It was 40-something at the time. I believe it was 45-10. It was close. Like, when I first tuned into it, it was like 10-7 or something. Now it was.
What's your guys' ranking now? You guys, if the
I believe we're 10 now.
Yes, you guys would be in right now, wouldn't you?
As of right now, if it stopped today. We'll see. We got a pretty good schedule to end it, so we should be okay. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ball left and a lot of good teams left, so we'll see. I got high hopes still, but we've been ending hot lately. We started pretty rough, but we've been on a good streak. So
I'm excited to see it. I mean,
it's gonna be exciting this year.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the 12 teams again because last year was the first year, so it's nice to see. I love it. I love it. It makes it way more fun. All right, dude. That was our 3, my brother.
Yes.
All right, so let's see. Like I said, football. We're diving into college football throughout. Obviously, got to stay on here. You know, we're on big on college football. Obviously, the other one, I want to say rest in peace to him. Hopefully, we don't have to have that any type of that again. Hopefully, here soon. We don't like that one. But obviously, we got to bring awareness to it. And obviously, I did want to bring this up. Obviously, there's help out there. There is. So if you're listening to this and you do need help, obviously there is resources out there available to you. Please use that before you take your own life. Please, nobody wants to see that. And I hope you do know there is people that care, even if you don't think there is. There is people that you can reach out to, and you can always send us a message or something. We will respond. There is people out there that do care, and I hope there's people with hearts out there, and we got to remind ourselves of that. So obviously we keep updated with the UFC as well. We keep that on the story going forward too. That's ongoing.
As we hear more,
and we keep that on the loop. And obviously with football as well. So going into the sleeper story.
Yeah.
Our under the radar gem. Hopefully I don't butcher my man's name because he's a beast. Jaren Kiwa Sagapatula. QB of California, true freshman. I tried to do you justice, brother. I hope it was. Went 30 of 47 for 223 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks, and threw the overtime game winner on 4th down at number 14 Louisville. He is a good prospect to watch. All right, so be on the lookout for him going on the road, doing that in overtime, having that efficiency as a true freshman. Mad impressive.
Yeah,
mad impressive.
Yeah.
So you got to have. He's clearly got some ice in his veins.
Yeah, he's got poise.
So we'll see. We'll see what's on the road for him. So Jaren Kiwa Sagaputala.
Can I see it? Can I give it a try?
I hope I didn't butcher it.
Wow. Jaren Kiwi Saga.
It's not as easy to look, Sock.
Saga Politelli. Oh God, man!
I did the best. I did the best I could, brother. I
love a name. I'm
love
sorry,
it though.
man.
I need a jersey.
Yeah.
But all right, yeah. So be on the lookout for my man, Jaren Kiwa Sakapatala. You heard it here.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I like the confidence at least.
I'm trying. We're trying. Bruce Buffer. Hopefully, I'm doing you justice out here. Stat of the week: outlandish. All right. Wake Forest beat a top 15 team on the road with 0 offensive touchdowns. The Deacons scored via an 88-yard punt return plus 3 field goals and won despite just 203 total yards and 64 passing yards. That's a unicorn box score. That is impressive. The defense got it done and the special teams got it done.
Yeah.
Special teams defense went to town. Yeah, that's why they preach it. Defense wins championships, and you just need a kicker that can boot it, and a guy that can return it. You're in business.
Yeah,
you're in business, man. So, all right, that was awesome, man. All right, that was a good little week. Obviously, other than our one, where hopefully we have some good vibes coming soon. Hopefully, we don't have to have that again. So let's hopefully create a little better world. We don't have to see that one again. So, thank you again, Sock, as always, brother.
You always forget.
Oh my God! Every time I wrap it up early, the prediction.
Yes,
Saki. My man finally got a dub.
I got one.
My 49ers were beaten.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Snake.
And I even, to be fair,
you can
look at the footage. We don't lie here. I did say, it usually goes back and forth. I said, you're probably right, and I would have probably picked the Rams, but Saki, you win it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be a sore loser. You won. You won fair and square. It is now 2-1.
Yes, sir.
And now we are going in your direction for our new prediction, and we are doing UFC. Yes. So go ahead and give me what we're betting on. We're not betting. Sorry.
We are not betting.
We're betting against each other. We're not betting. It's just a in-house bet here, in this house, in the shed.
So we are the picks that we are making are going to be the night after this comes out, actually, for UFC 322.
Yes.
Jack Della Maddalena versus Islam Makhachev.
Okay, great. I'm glad you said him.
Yes.
Anyway, great job. All right, so Sai, who you got? You can pick first.
We both talked about it the other night.
We did.
I know who you like.
Yes.
So
I like both of them, to be fair. I just like one style a little better.
Yeah, you do. And I don't disagree with you. But
okay. I don't know much about UFC, so I don't know how. I hope that doesn't mean much.
Yeah, but I am going to take the challenger, Islam Makhachev.
Okay. All right. Well, that I'm glad you did it. I'm taking Jack.
Yep.
I like his style. He's a very snooky guy.
Yeah.
He really represents the brand. Very evasive.
he's got great defense.
Yeah, very evasive.
Great takedown defense.
I like the snookage. I like the winning without fighting battle. I like the strategy, the long game. So I'm going to go ahead and take Jack. Hopefully he doesn't snook me. Like I told you, my best synopsis on this one is if he doesn't get taken down, I think he wins.
That's exactly true. That's 100% true.
I just hope he don't get taken down.
That's 100% true. The issue is I
agree. I'm taking a bet, but that's the bet I'm making. So I'm just hoping he's evasive enough where he can evade it for enough time. That's all. But that's my bet I'm making. So hopefully we'll see what happens. It might be 2-2 next week. It might be 3-1. You never know. Never know. But as always, that was a good one. Good old top 3 and 3. And hopefully everybody enjoyed that. And we'll have obviously brand new stories for you next week. And we're obviously have our predictions. I try not to forget next week. Bringing that up earlier. Good shit talk, keeping us on track. Sir. And as always, spread love, spread forgiveness, spread kindness. Let's try to make this world a better place. ELE, everybody love everybody. Let's try to do our part in making this world full of peace and full of love. That's all we can do. So as always, Sock, thank you again. And as always, there's a lot coming out. Like and subscribe. Stay tuned in. We got something coming out on Monday. Chew on This, Redacted Reality, full podcast on Wednesdays, top 3 and 3 on Fridays, and always something new coming out every week with a short and every day with a short. So make sure you're checking into that. And we got a lot more content coming for you guys. And we will see you again on Friday. Yep. As always, this is top 3 and 3 signing off.